Money, 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 money. Every now and then, all you hear about is money. You can't go through a day when you don't hear people talking about money. It seems like money is the reason for us human, our existence. They say money makes the world go round. They say it's all about the Benjamin. They say it's all about the greenie. What is it about money that is making people crazy? Everyone, even myself, we all looking for money. Everybody wants to get some money. We do crazy things. We could go extra miles. We could sacrifice our self-sacrifice, our loved one sacrifice, our family just to get money. You see, there's a lot of good things that people use money to do, but there's far bigger bad things that people use money or because of the pursuit or quest for money that people do. I'm about to play a clip of a rabbi, the way he explained what money is. I want you to see how fascinating he talks about money, and I think that will help reshape or reframe your mindset of how you see or how you think about money, and will help you live a wonderful life. So please watch this video, and when I get back we're going to talk about it. So watch.
Out of real life. But welcome, it's good to have you. So if you type into Google "the world revolves around," the first result that comes up is money. Yep, that's right there. The world revolves around money. I don't know if necessarily it's true, but what is it about money that seemingly makes the world go round?
Well, if you want to get to the heart of it, what is the need for money? Only the human being has this crazy lifestyle. The animal goes outside, looks around, and finds something to eat. No, but we have to go through schooling, training, apprenticeship, and finally we got to get a job and then make some money, and then you can sit down to a meal and not starve. Like, why is that? It seems cruel and unusual punishment. So we have to think a little bit beyond and past just the money, because it really is a mystery. Why is it set up this way? You know, we have, you would think, more noble things to do. So our food should be available more easily so that we can be free to do noble things. And yet we have to spend most of our lives just preparing for the job that will make us the money, that will buy us the food, that will keep us from starving. I mean, that's it's crazy. So the reason money makes the world go round is because that's our survival. But the question is why? Why such a crazy system? And as long as we're talking about it, what is this craziness? We work 6 days a week so we can rest on one day? That's top heavy. It's like, we should work one day so we can rest on 6.
There's these movements across the world now where
4 day week.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Because it should be that way, ideally. So here's the precautionary warning. You can get a lot of comfort from money. Your life is easier, more comfortable, broader, have a bigger vision. But it is not meant to produce happiness. And that's where the big mistake is. Yes, money will give you comfort. It will not give you happiness, because it won't give you satisfaction. Feels good to be able to make money. You come in with a big wad, you feel great. It's not happiness. So if you depend on the money for happiness, you're headed for a depression. And if not you, then your kids. Say, so what? So what? So we have money, so we're rich. It doesn't make for a happiness life. But the reason we have to do all this, and the reason we have such a complicated path to a sandwich, is because it's the only way that God can get us to interact with each other, to meet people we otherwise not meet, to get us to come out of our caves and feel mutually dependent on each other. In other words, it creates a more human existence. If you had your food outside, just climb a tree and eat, we wouldn't be human the way we're meant to be. So instead of thinking of how much money am I making, who are you meeting? Who are you dealing with? Where is this taking you? What are you exposed to? And what good can come from that? The people you're dealing with, your buyers, your sellers, your customers, your employer, is there something that you're supposed to learn or give or receive, or some kind of human interaction that makes the world a better place?
If Adam and Eve hadn't eaten the apple, would this idea of money had existed? And if not, how else would we have interacted?
So if you read it superficially, it sounds like the curse.
Mm-hmm.
The curse for eating from the tree of knowledge was that by the sweat of your brow, you're going to make bread. That means go to work,
Mm-hmm.
in simple language. Get a job. So it sounds like a curse, and it can be a curse, but really it's a hidden blessing. It's like saying you can't just be yourself anymore. Now you have to interact with other people. You'll give, you'll take, you'll receive, you'll help each other in some way. But no more hermit kind of life in the Garden of Eden, just picking things off a tree.
There's a verse in Mishlei, Tzedakah tatzal mimaves, that charity will save the donor, or can save the donor's life. What is it about charity that is so powerful, so much so that a donor can be saved from potential harm or death?
With a little stretch of the imagination, giving charity means giving away your life.